In Activity 6, Earth and Moon Environments, students come to understand the great differences between Earth's environment and that of the Moon. They first discuss what all living things need to survive, then examine and discuss photographs of Earth taken from space and from different regions on Earth, examine and discuss photographs of the Moon taken from space and from the Moon's surface, and finally infer that the Moon cannot support life. You will need the following materials from the kit: Activity Sheet 6, Parts A and B, Earth surface photos, Moon surface photos, Earth from space poster, and the Moon from space poster. You will also need to provide boxes of crayons. To prepare for the activity, make a copy of Activity Sheet 6, Parts A and B for each student. Each team of 2 will need a box of crayons. Teams will need to share Earth and Moon photos. Begin the activity by reviewing what students have learned about the Moon, including its shape, the time at which it can be seen, and similarities and differences between the Moon and Sun. Next, explain to students that their environment is made up of the conditions around them. Inform students that in this activity they are going to learn how the Moon's environment is different from Earth's. Ask students, what do living things need to survive? Elicit that all living things need food, water, and air. Animals need oxygen, plants need carbon dioxide. Then ask, what do you think would happen if the water and air suddenly disappeared from Earth? Students should conclude that everything would die. Without water and air, nothing could live on Earth. Ask, are there people, animals, and plants living on the Moon? Why not? Students probably know that nothing lives on the Moon, although they may not know why at this point. Display the poster of Earth taken from space. Give students time to study it. Point out the different colors on the map, including blue areas, brown areas, and swirls of white, and ask students if they know what these things are. Next, guide students to answer correctly, and then display photographs showing the variety of climate regions on Earth. Ask students to examine the photographs and name some of the things they see in each. Ask them, what does this tell you about Earth? Students should understand at this point that Earth's environment can support life. Distribute a copy of Activity Sheet 6, Part A to each student and a box of crayons to each team of 2. Then, have students color in Earth based on the photographs they have just seen. Next, display the poster showing the Moon. Ask students to compare this image with the photo of Earth. Ask students, what colors do you see in this picture? The Moon looks blackish-gray. Students may point out the craters, round dents or holes, that cover the surface of the Moon. They should notice that there is no green, no blue, and no swirls of white, as there are with the Earth. Guide students to understand that the absence of these colors shows that there are probably no water or clouds. Next, display the photographs of the Moon taken from the Moon's surface. Explain that a number of years ago our country sent astronauts to the Moon. These photographs show what they saw when they got there. Ask students, what does the land look like? Do you see any plants or animals in the pictures? Students should point out that the Moon looks rocky and dusty. There are some hills, but mostly it looks flat. There does not seem to be any water or any plants or animals. Ask students to look carefully at what the astronauts in the photographs are wearing. Then ask, why do you think they are wearing those suits? Tell students that there is no air on the Moon and the suits provide the astronauts with air to breathe. Also, the temperature on the Moon gets very hot in the daytime and very, very cold at night, so the suits protect astronauts from both heat and cold. Review and compare the conditions on Earth with those on the Moon. Students should observe that the Earth has water, air, and living things, and the Moon has no air, seems to have no water, and therefore no living things. Distribute a copy of Activity Sheet 6, Part B to each student. Have students color in the Moon based on the photographs they have seen. Tell students that in the next activity, they are going to learn how the holes and bumps on the surface of the Moon were formed. To conclude the activity, leave the posters and photos of the Earth and Moon on display for the rest of the module. For science background, reinforcement activities, curriculum connections, and information about the Delta Science Reader, please consult your DSM Teacher's Guide.